Hello everyone, I greet you in the name of God Almighty. My name is Apostle Newton Silas and I'm here with Nancy Grace. Today we have a very interesting topic to discuss with you. The anger of Allah will fall on them. This is scary. I believe this must be referring to the Judgment Day, which I know it will be a very interesting one. So guys, if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any video or Islamic scholar you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So before we get down to the video, guys, I'm actually a theologian and I'm into ministry. I make these videos for educational purposes and not to discredit any religion. So guys, let's get down to the video. The anger of Allah will befall them.
There is not a single calamity of any kind that ever strikes you in the earth nor inside of yourselves, except that it is in a book that we have already declared it in. That is certainly easy for Allah to do.
The volcano in Iceland that happened over 100 years ago that wiped out 1/5 of the population of Iceland. And he said at that time the central question of the Icelanders was, what have we done? He said that was what they were asking themselves, what have we done?
If Allah is going to punish a person, what they did to deserve that has to be really, really, really evil. It has to be really evil. Because we believe God is just. And we believe the punishment of God is fitting and deserving.
You were compared to the earth, like a seed that's planted in the earth and rain comes and it comes out, and that elaborate picture that's being painted, part of the ayah is about the earth and part of the ayah is about yourself. How reflection on the earth is going to make you think about yourself. In the very next ayat, he says not a single calamity will strike you in the earth and not inside yourselves, except that Allah has decreed it.
Allazi khalaqal mauta wal hayata. It is Allah who has created death and life to test which of you is good in deeds. This life is a test for the hereafter. Allah is testing who is good and who is bad. Now, whenever any calamity takes place, in the Islamic Sharia, in the Islamic principle, if any calamity takes place, it can be two things. Either it is a test for the people or it's a punishment. For those people who are bad, who are disobeyed Allah, it's a punishment. For the others, it's a test. To whom the test is taking place, the person may be good or bad. So it is either test or a punishment.
Whenever calamities confronted them, they would always ask themselves, these are people that are in touch with their fitrah, with their inherent nature. They would ask themselves, what have we done? And this is something that human beings have now completely forgotten. We have spiritual Alzheimer's.
We've forgotten who we are, who we belong to, where we've come from, where we're going, what we should be doing in the meantime. This is the state of humanity wherever you go.
You see corruption in unbelievable, unprecedented manners, things that really we haven't seen at this level.
So if you want to be a psychiatrist, a therapist, etc., you have to say you're entitled to your feelings. If you're having that feeling, that must be a good thing. You should live by those feelings. And that's the only way you'll ever get happiness, is you do whatever you feel. Because of course, our constitution and our way of thinking is life, liberty, and the pursuit of what? The pursuit of happiness. You should be able to do what you want. I would argue, really? You should be able to do what you want? And people have feelings all the time. I feel like slapping people all the time. You know? How many crazy thoughts go through a teenage boy's mind? How many feelings go through his mind? You're saying he has a right to act on all of his feelings? There are no restraints? Isn't that the most insane worldview? You should be able to do whatever you feel like? If everybody started doing that, what would we be left with? We'd be left with utter chaos.
I was on the Arabian Peninsula with my family, walking on the beach, and I came upon people in a public beach having intercourse. in a public beach on the Arabian Peninsula. I'm not making this up. This is the level of fasad that is happening on our planet.
There are sometimes certain actions that we engage in that earn the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His anger and His curse and His punishment. And it is important that we realize that the Quran has addressed us as well as all mankind regarding the anger and wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The idea of that is for us to take heed. We must make sure we are not engaged in those type of deeds.
People have to wake up, because this is a religion that calls people to wake up.
ومكروا مكرا ومكرنا مكرا وهم لا يشعرون فانظر كيف كان عاقبة مكرهم أنا دمرناهم وقومهم أجمعين فتلك بيوتهم خاوية بما ظلموا إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يعلمون وأنجينا الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون ولوطا إذ قال لقومه أتأتون الفاحشة وأنتم تبصرون أئنكم لتأتون الرجال شهوة من دون النساء بل أنتم قوم تجهلون فما كان جواب قومه إلا أن قالوا أخرجوا آل لوط من قريتكم إنهم أناس يتطهرون فأنجيناه وأهله إلا امرأته قدرناها من الغابرين وأمطرنا عليهم مطرا فساء مطر المنذرين.
That's a very interesting video. The anger of Allah will fall on them. So, you know, when I was just watching the video, it was actually talking about Lord. So that makes me think about Sodom and Gomorrah, because in Sodom and Gomorrah, the Bible makes us to understand. I believe the Bible and the Quran maybe actually state the same thing. I have not read that article in the Quran, but then I have read it in the Bible. We got to realize that what they engaged in was sexual immorality, and then God was very angry with them, and then that is when He sent the angels so that they can be able to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because of what their sins. At the end of it, they were able to save Lot and his children, but then the wife who didn't want to forsake or, you understand, to leave Sodom and Gomorrah, what happened to her? She died because there was a commandment that they should live, right? But then since in a sense she still loved her kind of life or what she have choose for herself, and what happened? She got destroyed in a sense in the process. So now it's now back to us as Christian or as Muslim. Allah have already commanded us, and He has given us His commandment, and it's been expected that we should be able to follow what He has commanded us to do, which means in any way we go in contrary to His word, it means that what we will be judged. It means that what His anger will befall us. Yeah, that is how it is. You know, there is no two ways about this. Yeah, so that's how, you understand, I understand this video. But then we just hope that at Judgment Day we will not be found wanting. At least whatever we do, we make sure that what will be at peace, that maybe God will show us mercy. Yeah, so that when He show us mercy, so that at Judgment Day we will be safe. Because if we are to face the wrath of God, just like the way the video was talking about Iceland, then it shows that what will be destroyed completely. And that's why He was trying to talk about in, I think it was Saudi Arabia, right? When he was walking at the beach, right? And then he saw people actually making love in the public places. So now it was just, that's when he used the story to make reference with Lot. So it means that we are actually in the world that people do whatever they like. Nobody cares about how, you understand, whether somebody is watching or not, but it's been expected that what we should be in the right standing with God, so that we should not face his wrath, because if you were to face his wrath, then we'll be destroyed, just like how Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. So guys, this is the end of our video. If you like our reaction, you should like, share and subscribe. And if you have any video you want us to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and we're gonna check it out. So guys, remain blessed.